Today we're making beef enchiladas, tortilla wraps stuffed with beef and cheese, then covered in sauce and more cheese and baked in the oven. This one is sure to impress the full family, and this is everything you need. A drizzle of olive oil, some ground minced beef, 1 large or 2 small onions, 1 red and 1 green pepper, some garlic, a selection of herbs and spices including cumin, oregano and smoked paprika, a good dollop of tomato paste, some tomato passata or chopped tomatoes, 2 types of grated cheese, we've got cheddar and mozzarella, and then some tortilla wraps. To begin, we're going to start with our prep, so I'll begin by dicing 2 onions. I'll simply just cut them in half, top and tail them, remove the skin and then cut them into small dice. Then we'll dice up our red and green pepper to the same size as the onions, and then we'll peel and finely chop our garlic. And now with that little bit of prep done, we can move over to the stove and start cooking, which is where this dish really starts to come together. Into a saute pan, drizzle in 20 to 30 milliliters of olive oil and heat it up over medium-high heat. Then we're going to place in 500 grams of minced beef. We're going to leave it to brown off and slightly caramelize on all sides. This should take between 3 and 5 minutes, and once you reach that stage, you can go in with the diced onions, peppers and garlic. We'll then season with a nice pinch of salt and grind of black pepper and cook for another 3 to 5 minutes until they're nice and soft. So our onions, peppers and garlic have softened up nicely now, but it's time to up the ante and get some more flavour in there. So this is the stage we're going to add our spices. So first of all, I'm going in with 10 grams of smoked paprika, then 5 grams of cumin and about 2 grams of dried oregano. I'll stir that through and cook it out for about 2 minutes before adding in 35 grams of tomato paste. Cook it out for another minute. We'll then go in with 400 grams of tomato passata, stir it through and then follow it up with the same amount of water. Give it a stir and bring it to a simmer and leave it to slowly tick away for around 10 minutes until it becomes a beautiful rich sauce. And while our sauce is ticking away nicely over there, I'm going to combine our 2 cheeses. So I've got 200 grams of grated mozzarella and I've got about 100 to 110 grams of cheddar cheese. And I'm just going to mix them together. The reason I use 2 cheeses, you could just use 1. It's absolutely fine. You can pick your favourite cheese. Monterey Jack is really good for this recipe, but I couldn't get any. So I've gone with cheddar for a nice, deep, rich, tangy flavour. And then mozzarella, which is going to add a beautiful stringiness, that really nice cheesy feel to it. So I'm just going to mix them together. Like I say, it's absolutely fine if you want to use just 1 type of cheese. So it's been around 10 minutes and our sauce is ready, and it's not too wet and it's definitely not too dry. So you just want to get it to a nice consistency. But as I say, it's just been bubbling away for about 10 minutes and that should be enough time. So next we need to build our enchiladas. So first of all, I'm going to take a spoon and lay a little bit of sauce on the bottom. Doesn't need too much, just a nice thin layer. And this is just going to help the enchiladas stop sticking to the bottom of the tray. So now we need to build them. I've got my tortilla wraps here. We'll probably aim for around 5 or 6. There needs to be a little bit of sauce left over to put on the top. So we'll start with 1 wrap. And we'll put a nice spoonful in. But you don't want to overfill them. So less is more in this situation. If you overfill them, they can sort of overspill and explode in the tray, and we don't want that. So a little bit of the sauce and then a small sprinkling of the cheese, and then I'm just going to wrap them up. It's up to you. You can fold the ends in and then fold it over just like that. And then I'm just going to lay them in the tray. Don't forget to check the seasoning in your sauce before you put it into the wraps, because there's nothing worse than realising you haven't seasoned it to your taste when it's already wrapped up. So 5 wraps fit perfectly in this tray. And now I'm going to take the rest of the sauce and just spoon it over the top. And then of course we can't forget the rest of the cheese, so you need to just put it all on there. And now we need to bake this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for around 20 minutes until it's golden, bubbly and delicious. So there we go, beautiful cheesy beef enchiladas, and all I'm going to do now is sprinkle it with a little bit of fresh parsley just to add a pop of colour. And now I'm just going to get straight in there and take one out. And just look at that, so cheesy. It looks absolutely delicious. Let's cut it aside and see what it's like. So there you have it, beef enchiladas, easy to make and sure to impress the full family. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight.
Very good.